was when I realized that this is not just a hobby now. This means something to me, right? This means a lot to me. I enjoy the camaraderie, I enjoy the community, Hey guys, welcome to today's episode of the Back Nine Golfer podcast. Slightly different take today. What we're going to do today is we're going to do a series of interviews with me. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad idea. Suddenly I'm in the spotlight, but we'll see how we go. So let's start. Question.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
How did you first get into golf, and what do you remember about the moment you realized it could become more than just a hobby?
Wow, that's a deep question. So I first got into golf when I was a lot younger. It was one of my dad's favorite sports, and my dad was a really good golfer. All right, he won tournaments when he was a kid at the local course, at his local club, and he really got into it. And I'm one of 3 siblings, so I've got 2 younger brothers. And because I was the eldest, he kind of latched onto me to go down the golfing route, all right? So my dad has always played a pivotal role in my life, and it's always somebody that I've tried to get some, I guess, approval from want of a better phrase. So I got into golf. I think I started when I was about 14 or 15. My dad got me a couple of lessons at the local Maesd. So shout out to Maesd over there in beautiful North Wales. I do miss that place. So I started playing there, but I quickly realized that me and golf at the time didn't have a very nice relationship, all right? I played a lot of sport when I was younger, and I'm fortunate that the likes of football and rugby, those were my 2 main sports, that I played to a decent level. Not that I was ever going to turn pro or anything like that, but I was able to represent like my school and my county in certain sports. But golf wasn't the same, all right? Golf just didn't have, I didn't have that connection with golf, but I felt I should keep playing it because of my dad, and it was my dad's game, and I enjoyed spending that time with my dad, all right? So to start with, it was more of a chore than an enjoyment, and I never really saw it as an enjoyment, unfortunately. And you know, my background, we never really had a lot of money. So for me to get to the course meant that I had to carry my clubs on the local public transport to the course, which I always got a little bit self-conscious about, because you don't often see people with their golf clubs going to a course, right? So I think I forced myself to play it from 14, 15 to about 18, 19, something like that, maybe 20. And I always remember Dad telling me when I was about 15, 16, he said, it's okay that you're enjoying it now, but there's going to be times when booze comes along, when smoking comes along, and when women come along that is going to impact your golf. 2 of those things happened. One of the things didn't happen. I won't go into which one. You guys, the guys that out there know me, know which one didn't happen. And yeah, I remember I played one competition where I was playing with some friends, and it was a local course, so it was a friendly competition. And I made a mistake. When you tee off, you meant to tee off in line with the markers, right? And my golf ball, when I teed it up, was slightly in front of the markers. So that's a penalty shot. Now, the people that I was playing with saw me do this, but they didn't pull me up on it, right? So I took my tee shot, and then they were like, well, that's a penalty shot, so your next shot's going to be X, whether it was the 3rd or 4th shot, whatever it was. And that really turned me off from golf. That was something that I went, oh, hang on, I didn't think golf was like that. So I probably started to fall majorly out of love with it, about 16, 17, maybe a little bit older. But come 2021, I'd stopped playing altogether. And then about 10 years ago, I moved to the Philippines with work, and I've been here ever since, and I love the country. It's certainly more fun in the Philippines. And a couple of my closest friends are really keen golfers and much better than me. And they kept asking me to play with them. And I kept putting it off because I really didn't want to go down that route again. I didn't want to play, and I felt embarrassed of my skill set. But then I think probably about 3 years ago, I just went. Actually, actually, there was a turning point where I got invited to go to a range, right? So I went to the range, and I just started to fall in love with it again. My friends kept inviting me, so I went. And probably the second or third time that I stepped on the course was when I realised that this is not just a hobby now. This means something to me, right? This means a lot to me. I enjoy the camaraderie, I enjoy the community, I enjoy what golf represents from a honesty standpoint too. And I realized that if I was going to get better at golf, I had to apply myself not just from a swing standpoint, but also from a general fitness standpoint. So even though you wouldn't know it to look at me, I do go to the gym. But my workout was always heavily on cardio, not so much weights and rotation. So I've recently, over the past 18 months, I've started to change not just my overall workout, but I've started to incorporate certain specific exercises to help improve my golf game. And I've started to go to the range a lot more, to indoor simulators a lot more. I've taken some interest in actually what the stats mean. And I've been very fortunate to be able to hire a golf coach as well. So those are the steps that I've gone through, and this is where I am now, that golf means a lot more to me than just a hobby, just a lifestyle. And I love the outfits, right? I love the quality of shirts you can get. I love the looks on the golf course. So yeah, and there's a brand here in the Philippines called Marty and Bree, and I just wanted to give them a shout out because those guys have supported me. They've provided giveaways for a tournament that I did recently. So Marty and Bree, if you're watching, thank you so much for the ongoing support. It really does mean the world.
What part of your game do you take the most pride in?
Yeah.
And what's an area you're still chasing improvement?
So the part of my game that I'm most proud of, again, it's an ego thing, is the distance. I know I can hit a ball a fair distance, but then that leads on to the point of my game that I want to improve on, and that's directional control. So I think they're two interlinked. Yes, I've got distance, but at the moment I don't have direction, and that's the thing that's costing me the most shots on a golf course.
Golf can be both a physical and mental challenge.
Yes.
How has the game helped you grow in those areas?
Yeah, so people say that golf is 10% physical and 90% mental. And I think that's a very good analogy of how the game is. From a physical standpoint, it's definitely helped improve my mobility. I've always been able to lift quite heavy weight, and I've always been able to run at a fairly decent pace, not fast, but decent. But one thing where I've always struggled on is by my mobility and my flexibility. Thankfully for golf, because it is a very rotational sport and you have to be able to separate your upper body from your lower body, I've started to see improvements in that, and that's simply down to the changes in my workout.
What does a typical day look like for you when you're not on the course? How do you balance practice, fitness, and downtime?
I don't know if I do balance them, to be fair, because when I wake up, my first thing is, where can I spend my most time today in terms of impacting my golf swing and getting that better? So my first question is, what's the time, and what's the traffic like? Because if I'm going to go to my indoor simulator, that's going to take me about 20 or 30 minutes, sometimes longer, to get to. So I have to balance. I guess where the balance comes in is, how do I decide what I do first, making sure that I'm still there for my family when they need me, right? So I guess a typical day would be, if I get up on time, I'll go to the simulator. I'll come back, I'll then do the gym. And the gym, I've got 4 or 5 different days that I do. So it might be a golf specific workout, it might be a weight specific workout, or it may just be a cardio workout or a stability, flexibility, mobility workout. Then I'll go back, do my family stuff, then take a little bit of downtime. That normally involves watching whatever's on the TV or tuning into some of my favorite programs. And that's when I start my day job after that. Guys, thanks for tuning in to a slightly different version of the Back Nine Golfer podcast. As you've seen today, we've gone through a series of interviews. Please like and subscribe, and please drop comments below in terms of what questions you'd like to hear me answer moving forward. Thank you so much for the ongoing support.